Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And I'm happy because it's Saturday BOLO Day.
Good for you.
BOLO means be on the lookout. And Mr. Magazine has brought the noise, as he always does. And I'm bringing a few items as well. And take it away, Mr. Magazine.
All right. I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but it's a 1967 Mattel Hot Wheels 12-car rally case, red line tire case. Looks like it's got the insert inside. I would think it would be worth more than this, but it sold for $40. I don't think I paid more than 10 or 15 for it. So.
Are they? It looks pretty high grade too.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you're talking, 50 years old roughly. So you think it'd be worth more because it's Hot Wheels, but maybe they're common. I don't know.
But you would think that sticker in the middle there would have names written on it, or would be flaked.
But this little card comes with it. That's the little card that comes off. It's like a little disc.
Yeah, you would think that wouldn't be there either.
I don't think that's worth $20 alone if someone had it. Just
Wow.
But. If you see it out there, don't go too crazy. Maybe pay $15, $20 at the most on that.
Well, but here's where you might be able to find it. If somebody's got some red lines, they may not put value on that.
True.
So back of your head, you can pay a little bit more. All right, they got the 12 red lines in there. Back of your head, you can go, well, I can overpay more than I want, $3 per red line, because I know I can get $36 back out of this at least.
Some garbage red lines, jeez.
Well, no, $3 more than
oh,
you want to.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right, next up, Wario Land Super Mario Nintendo Game Boy cartridge, $35. Can't argue with that. I don't know where I got it from, but it did sell for $35.
And that's just by itself. That's without a box or anything. They came in boxes and all that, right?
Oh, yeah, no box. I threw all ours out when I was little. So.
And now what about, they're not tested? Yep, you just said not tested, yep. But
I think he shows the picture there, so you could probably zoom in and see if it's clean and so forth. But they usually have ways of cleaning them in case they don't play well.
Right. Very good.
All right, next up. JFK Quick Reference Guide 1990, Martin Brazil, Spiral Bound. Went for, I took an $85 offer on this. I don't even know what it is. But
I was just going to ask what it is.
But it's a quick reference guide of maybe the shooting. I have no idea. Let's see. Okay.
That's very nice. Yes.
You got table of contents. All right, some more of that.
Can I give a tip?
Sure.
Go to the third picture. He can cut that down so that you can actually read the table of contents better.
Well, yeah, he doesn't need to show that outer page. That's a good idea.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
All right.
Because I always do that, too, to make it...
Yeah, I don't know why you would show that. It's irrelevant, that inside cover.
Yep.
All right, another what not to buy. Air Jordan Jumpman fitted hat. I don't know how old it is, but I think I took $12 on this thing.
Wow.
It looked to be in good shape. It was either not used or hardly used. And again, I don't think... Look at it. It's still got the little pieces inside there, so I don't think it was ever used. But again, it is what it is.
That would be then what I would call a sucker buy then, potentially. Because, I'd be out somewhere and somebody would have $5 on it, and I'd be going, oh my God, they're giving that away.
Yeah.
Turns out that they're not. Wow.
Yeah, so watch out for that. Next up, these you can find probably cheap. I get them cheap all the time, but no one ever wants to buy them out of my store, so we sold them here. Vintage 1979 Hot Wheels Play Garage Collection. There's 5 of these, and they're pretty big, so they only paid about $20 a piece, but shipping's pretty heavy. So,
they're
little play sets,
yeah.
But there's 5 of them, and they're all different, so it's kind of cool. Or no, well, yeah, they are all different. Yeah.
Wow, $60 shipping too, though. But there are 5 of them.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Next up, if you find toy parts and guns and weapons and so forth, there's a He-Man lot. 1980s Mattel, 60 pieces, went for $60. Seems cheap, but again,
seem cheap, yeah.
What are we going to do with these things? Maybe my lister priced them a little low. Again, I don't know what we would do if we didn't sell them here. So.
Yeah, and there are people out there whose businesses are selling those. Yeah.
And again, if I'm paying him to research each weapon and match it up with the figures, probably not worth what we're going to get more out of each figure. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Yep.
All right, last up for me, RoboCop 1.0 by 3.0, which I've never heard of or seen this in my life. 1/6 scale model figure, 13 inches. I took a $150 offer on this. It's pretty cool. It must be a high-end figure that probably comes in a fancy box, and you probably don't see them loose very often either. So it's probably a $200-$300 figure, complete in box. I'm sure he's got a ton of accessories that come with him in the box. You don't get that here, but you still get the base figure.
I think he had a ton of He-Man accessories.
We did, yeah.
No, he did.
Oh, he did. He could be, yeah. Good trade off. He stole Michael Jackson's glove.
That's true. First item for me, Hardware Age magazine, December 8th, 1932, Santa Claus Christmas Art Deco ads. Art Deco, of course, being a keyword that we've been telling you for years to use. Santa Claus is another keyword. Isn't that an interesting looking cover?
It is very cool.
It took
cool cover.
a year and a half to sell. I got $50 out of it.
Full magazine size?
A little bit larger size, yeah, a little bit larger than the magazine size. Did a few ads in there as well. You know, indexed to advertisers. You always want to post that as well. But I paid like $3 for it or $5 for it, something rather like that. And I think the guy had a pile of them and he wanted $5 a piece. Well, I picked obviously the Christmas one out because I knew that one would end up selling, no problem. And it did take a year and a half, but still to get $50 out of something you paid $5 for. But do keep your eyes open for Santa Claus. And if you haven't got your Christmas stuff up already, it's not quite too late, but it's getting there. So definitely do get the Christmas stuff up. Next item, we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Parish Pathways, 1845 to 1945, St. Mary's Church, Dansville, New York, softcover book, $34 out of this. You know, and it's all about the church, and it, you know, lists who the parishioners were, you know, or whatever, the priests and all that fun stuff in there.
I mean, this has to be the only one in the world
For sale.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, unless someone got it when it was
new and it's still sitting in their house.
Stuck with their family through years and years or something.
Yep. Exactly. And that's why you can find things like these out there and you're not going to pay anything for it because most people don't think they're going to sell. But notice what year I listed it in, Mr. Magazine.
You listed it this year.
Yeah. So it sold fairly quickly.
Impressive, for good money.
For good money. Yeah. Yep.
It's the name of the game.
I did take an offer on this. I took a $90 offer on this.
Well.
Wings for Life, hardcover dust jacket, Ruth Nichols' life story of the First Lady of the Air. Actually is a very good book. I just was having a slow sales day. I'm into it for almost nothing. So I said, I'll take the 90, hopefully jumpstart the sales.
Yeah, good idea.
Nice to get a little bit of money in as well.
Thing. Yeah, for sure.
You know, and yes, it is a better book. I probably should have held out for about 120 or something like that. But I said, you know, once in a while.
Well, and you had it for a year or two, so, you know.
It wasn't flying off the shelf. Let's put it that way. Yep, but do keep your eyes open for that book. This one took a lot longer to sell, and I was very surprised.
Wow.
BK Parade Equipment Company, price list $19.89, $11.10. Only one picture because this was back in 2010 when they charged you extra for extra pictures, which was really a dumb idea.
Yeah.
When I got it, I was excited, and I go, oh, this is going to fly off the shelf because how many of these can there be out there?
Right.
Well, nobody cared. Now, I think at some point it gets buried down in the search, and you know nobody is searching on BK Parade Equipment price list. And I probably should have put the word catalog in as well. But it just goes to show that eBay has definitely made improvements. I know we all talk about how much it's changed for the negative, but it's made improvements by allowing you to put extra pictures up. Because again, I think if I had extra pictures up, this would have sold quicker.
Gotcha.
However, sometimes you can't do a good picture or a good listing, and this is one of those. African Arts Magazine, February 1984, sealed.
I mean, you can't say much about it. It's covered up. You don't even know what's on the cover. Is it like a figurine of some sort?
Yeah, some kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's no... I went online trying to find a table of contents. I wasn't able to find a table of contents. And I'm not going to spend 20 minutes searching on it, but I was trying to find a table of contents, some keywords. I don't want to open it.
No.
Because, again, it is factory seal, original from 1984.
Sure.
It did sell for $20 to somebody or other, and it actually sold to a dealer.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So he must have a buyer for it. Maybe somebody wants it. Maybe he's going to get it graded. I really don't know. But sometimes you wind up in those positions where you can't do a good listing. I remember listing it and saying, it's a really bad listing. Isn't there anything I can do about it unless I open it?
Right.
You know, and I did go the extra step of trying to find a table of contents just so I could have some keywords, and I wasn't able to find it. A lot of times too, a lot of magazines will have on the spine what's in the issue. This is not one of those.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have obviously done that. Sometimes you just end up with a bad listing. There isn't a lot you can do about it in these cases. Like the only other thing I could have done would be if I'm out somewhere and I happen to see that magazine, snap a picture of the table of contents.
Right.
What are the odds of that happening?
Good luck.
Exactly. Next up, New Age Bible Interpretation, Old Testament, Volume 1, Corrine Helene, 1979 softcover. Took a $30 offer on it. More than happy to do that. it's just one of these oddball looking books. Even when you see it, even you can tell just by looking at it, it does not look like a regular book. It's soft cover, looks like a small print run kind of deal.
Yeah.
Always keep your eyes open for books like that. Get $30 out of a book like that. And it is religious, which a lot of people don't think are very good to start with. So can't argue with that. $30 in a book like that. Second last item today. You'll find these out there. Have you had much luck with things like this, Mr. Magazine?
Not very many if I've had. Definitely not that issue.
Rock and Roll Legends Magazine, number 5, 1984. Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, Gene Vincent. There you'll find a bunch of different issues of things like this back in the 80s and late 80s.
Looks like it's in nice shape.
It's very nice shape. Yeah, they tend to be too. These were kind of sold more to the collectors type deal, but they had low print runs. And I ended up getting the $33 out of it just because, again, who's got it is what it comes down to. So kind of ties back into the thesis that we've been talking about for a long time with books, magazines. A lot of times the low print run stuff is the way to go because, again, you don't have a lot of competition on it. Sure. And somebody out there wants Gene Vincent, Buddy Holly, doesn't have it. They're going to buy it.
Well, if there's one on eBay and they price it at $8, let them, because once that's gone, no one's replacing that one. You're the next in line.
Right, and there are enough keywords, Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, Gene Vincent. Yeah. You're a big Elvis Presley fan. It's priced at $8. You buy it. Next guy comes along. Or it's priced at $8, but you don't mention Gene Vincent.
Right.
I do, and the Gene Vincent collector finds it. You know, that's where it really comes down to the keywords on that. Final item, and I brought this up because it's sold for $50. But when I tried to search on my listing, this is what came up. We found something similar because apparently it's a book in the eBay database off the ISBN. And now I did not list into their database, but they took my book and put it into the database.
So the buyer saw this.
Apparently, either the buyer saw it or probably because when I clicked on my sold listing, this is what came up.
Interesting.
But obviously, I didn't list it that way. I listed it on my own.
Yeah.
In fact, you can tell because if you look up top, Jones Beach, New York City, Joseph Szabo, hardcover book 2010. That is my listing. Mm-hmm. Now, if you look over here on the right, Jones Beach by Joseph Szabo 2010, hardcover. Yeah. That's the eBay official listing.
Right.
So somehow or other, I got integrated into the main one, yet I was able to keep my title. I ended up getting $50 out of my book. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Magazine.
His last name sounds like yours.
I know the other thing you're thinking, Mr. Magazine. You're saying, Paperboy, why would you list a book from 2010 on eBay? Why don't you list a book like that on Amazon?
That was my next question, really, yeah.
I know. It's gated.
Interesting. Now I know.
Yep. And you'll find a lot of books that are gated on Amazon. At that point, do a search on eBay because you'll end up seeing high prices on Amazon for it, but that's only because only a few select people are able to list it there. So then you check eBay as to the value on that, and this was well worth listing over on eBay, and I made the sale as well.
Wow.
So hopefully you learned a little bit there. Hopefully you found some nice things to find, and hopefully you hit the like button, and hopefully we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.